What's going on, everyone? Pro-Verbs here, back again with another one. Today I would like to talk about what is a good woman. And fellas, how would you know that you have a good woman by you? You know, today we have a lot of women who professing that they're good. They talk about the things that they have done, the things that they have accomplished, things that they have done for a man and so forth. But what they say, does it actually make them a good woman? You got to really look into it and see if what they say to you makes them a good woman. Now, anybody in general, based off what they say, you can't always take it for face value. You know, you hear the saying that a man is a man who keeps his word. So basically, it's not so much of what they say, but it's more so of what they do. Because actions speak louder than words. So when it comes to a woman, you got to pay attention to her actions and what she do for you, what she does in general. How does she treats other people? How does she treats herself? You know, what is her character like? A woman may say to you when you first get with her, she may tell you about the things that she did before in her past with her ex and what so forth. She may say, "Yeah, I cook, I clean, um, I give my man, they do whenever he wanted." But I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to a relationship, these are just really basic things. Honestly, I may ruffle a few feathers right now, but when it comes to cooking and cleaning, those are basic level things. Why you say that, Proverbs? How is that just basic? I mean, that's all I need. That's all I need in a woman, one that know how to cook, clean, and suck. Don't really want to get too graphic. But what I'm saying is this: as an adult, whether you're male or female, when you living on your own, you have your responsibilities. Hey, listen, these are the essential things that you have to do regardless. You have to do regardless. So, what I'm saying, what really makes a good woman a good woman? Or rather, what would make a woman a good woman? Now, before I get into any scriptures, I'm going to break down what makes a woman really a good woman. So, I'm going to get into it. Now, say that you're a man of character. You're a man of character. You're a high value man. And high value man doesn't mean that, oh, you're making X amount of money and you're just wealthy and no, 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 no. A high value man is a man who knows where he's going in life. That's one thing. He knows where he's going in life. A high value man is a man who has purpose. A high value man is a man who follows the Most High. A high value man is someone who is focused, a man who is so focused that nobody can throw him off his path. Nobody can throw him off his path. And he accomplishes the things that he set out to do. So with a high value man, knowing who he is, know where he's going, and so forth, that any woman that comes in his life, he's not going to allow her to deter him from his goal, from his mission that he set out to do. So, what a good woman essentially is a woman who will follow the path that he's already on. Let me say that again. A good woman is a woman who will follow the path that that man is going on. She would not try to deter him. She would not say, hey, I want to do things this way, because trust and believe, if one party is going this way, another party want to go that way, it's just going to create confusion, and eventually the relationship ultimately is not going to work, because that man may say, hey, I want to go this direction. I want us to move here. I want us to do this. But that woman may say, oh, no, I don't want to live there. I want to live here. I want to do this. So basically, essentially, what she's saying is that, hey, I got my own goals. I've got my own mission. And where you want to go, what you want to do, that's not a part of my dream. Now, that same woman, she may cook, she may clean, she may put it down on him, but essentially, that wouldn't be classified as a real good woman for him. No, she may be good for somebody else, but in a universal term, she's not a good woman. She's not a good woman because she's not following his lead. No, she's not following his lead. And a lot of women would say, hey, I want a man that take charge. I want a man that can lead. But then, at the same time, here's where she contradicts herself. She still wants to do her own thing. You know, some women these days, they may say they want this, they want that, but they want it to work out only in their favor. You can't have it both ways. You know, in life, it's either or. In life, you got to understand there are going to be trade offs. So, a woman who wants a good man got to follow that man's lead. They got to follow that man's lead. And she got to know that he's highly capable of leading them in the right direction. Once a man is ruled by Christ, once he's ruled by Christ, you know you got a good leader. But not to get off topic. So, a good woman essentially will follow her man where he's going. Not saying that she can't have her own opinion. And what I mean by own opinion, she's not going to go by her emotions and just do whatever all willy nilly. No. She's going to go to him and say to him, babe, I don't know if that's a good way to go. And not only she will come off with her opinion on how she may feel, but she's going to discuss with him why she feels that way. Not just because, oh, I feel that we shouldn't, and not have a reason to back it up. A good woman, she may see things that her husband may not see. She would not demean him. She would not think that he's stupid. She would not think that he's incapable, because if he have displayed the qualities of a good leader to begin with, she would not even question his authority. She would not question his leadership. But if she see things that he may not see, she will go to him respectfully and say, "Hey, honey, I don't think this is a good idea. And why I believe so is because such and such." A good woman have a solution or something to back up what she's saying to him. And that man will also take note of what she say. A good woman also will take constructive criticism. That's right. That's right. If the man see that she's out of pocket with something, or something is not going the way it should go in the relationship, and he pointed out something, she would not take offense. She would look into it. She would humble herself and hear him out. She would listen to what he's saying to her. A good woman also is a good listener. You got a lot of modern women nowadays, they don't want to listen. They just want to talk, 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 and want the man to just hear, 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 hear. I tell you, I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers today. I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers today. Um, a good woman is not a very opinionated woman. No, she's not a very opinionated woman. A good woman would actually research things, find out more information about things before rushing to conclusion, before rushing to judgment. A good woman will bless her man. She will bless her man. She will speak highly of him. And even if they may have certain disagreements, even if they have certain disagreements, a real good woman would not run back to family, friends, and spill a lot of negativity about that man to them. One thing she would do, she will communicate with him. I know sometimes disagreements may get to a point where you can't see eye to eye, and you may have to separate for a time being. I mean, we're humans. Sometimes our emotions get involved, and we have to take time apart. But during that time, when we take time apart, that's when we also should seek the Most High. We seek the Most High any given time, but especially when it comes to a time of confrontation, when it comes to a time of disagreements, when it comes to a time of we're unsure of what to do, we seek Him, and then He will lead and direct our path. That's when we seek Him wholeheartedly. So sometimes we have to take time away from each other and then come back and love on one another. So a good woman will never speak down on her man in front of him and also behind his back. No. So a woman may profess that she's good, she does this, 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 and a third, but that's the pride and the ego speaking. Some women want to say these things that they do this, they do that, and a third to attract the man. They will only say these things to attract the man. But can her character keep that man? That's in question. Character speaks for itself. How does she carry herself? How does she speak? Is her speech of lovely character? Or is her speech something else? Is it demeaning? Is it lewd? You know? Is it raunchy type talk? Is it that ghetto behavior type? Men, if you're looking for a good woman, you got to pay attention to character, not so much of what she says. Now, I've learned all of this because of experience. I used to go off of what a woman says. A woman could say this, that, and a third on how she is, how she used to be, whatever the case was. And she would have all these flowery words. Sounds beautiful, sounds sweet to the ear. And you're just thinking like, wow, this is a wonderful woman. And all that time you're just going by what she says. You can't just go by what a woman says. Take your time to get to know her. Get to know her. Watch her movements. Watch how she moves. And in certain cases, certain situations, when y'all interact, see how she behaves. See how she react to things or overreact to things. Is she very sensitive? You know? So you can't really focus all your time on what a woman says, but more so by what she does, by her actions. I'm gonna read from a scripture in Proverbs 31. Y'all know it. It's the Proverbs 31 woman, but this is more so of they speaking about a virtuous woman. This type of woman exceeds every other type of woman. So I'm gonna read here from what is this? The English Standard Version. And I'm going to start off in verse 10. It's speaking about the woman who fears God, the virtuous woman. Y'all know who this is. This is that Proverbs 31 woman. That's right. So check it out. It says, here it is, an excellent wife who can find. So the author is saying, who can find this excellent wife? Why did they mention it like that? They mention it like that because there are not that many, if at all, that she even exists. But we're going to speak about it though. Let me finish. She is far more precious than jewels. The heart of her husband trusts in her. Now, when you can't say you fully trust a woman and not even have any doubts in your mind, man, do you know how far that man can go in life? He's not worried about a thing. No, he's not worried about a thing. He just trusts in her so he could go about his daily activities and know that he has an excellent woman at home. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. You don't have to worry, stress, or nothing because your heart trusts in that woman. And he will have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. You hear that? She doesn't do no harm to him. No harm. No. She doesn't falsely accuse him of anything, send him to jail, send him to prison. She doesn't get child support involved, put him on child support. She doesn't get other people to try to delete him, beat him up, whatever. He does him good. She seeks wool and flax and works with willing hands. She's like the ships of merchants. She brings her food from afar. And as you can see, this type of woman is not a lazy woman. She works. Whether now you're a lady, she works in the home or she works out of the home. The fact is, she's not lazy. She's doing something. She contributes to the household. Um, she rises while it is yet night and provides food for her household and portions for her maidens. So you can see that this type of woman, she also cooks for her household. She will make sure that everybody is good. In this, it says her maidens. So, in them times, they had handmaids who helps around with house chores, house chores and so forth. So she made sure that the people that live within the household, they ate as well, you know, her husband and everybody else. So in these terms now, in these modern terms, she got to make sure her husband, her children are good. She makes sure she cooks for everybody. And the thing is, she's pleased to do it because she's living a life of purpose. She sees value in what she's doing. She sees value in taking care of her household. That is a good woman because she sees value in it. She don't see it as a chore. She don't see it as, I gotta do this. No, she takes pride in what she do by taking care of the household. So if your woman is complaining about she's doing this, she's doing that, she's not taking pride in doing it. She just look at it as a chore. She just look at it as like, this is just a task I gotta do. Just like when you go on a job or something like that, and if you don't like the job, you know you're doing it to get paid, but you don't actually like doing it. So in this case, a woman who's taking care of her home, she have to actually take pride and joy doing it. That's how you would know that she's a good woman. So if she doesn't take pride, she doesn't take joy in doing those tasks for the household, then hey, that's another thing right there. That's another thing. She just look at it as just a job that is like, you know, she may look at it as slave work. She may want to, because the thing is, if that woman don't take joy in taking care of the household, eventually that feeling is going to build up. She's going to get resentful, and eventually she's going to want to leave. I'm telling you, if she complains about those things, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing this, doing that. Hey, I mean, she may get tired and she may want a little help from you. There's nothing wrong with a man helping out in the household. It's good if she's overwhelmed with things to help out. But essentially, if she doesn't take joy in doing it, then you got a problem on your hand. And trust and believe it will be a bigger problem later on. So let me continue. Where was I? She verse 16. She considers a field and buys it. With the fruit of her hands, she plants a vineyard. She dresses herself with strength and makes her arms strong. She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. So you see, she has like her own business too. She's selling things. She's diligently working with her hands. So you see, a good woman also will not be idle. Say, for instance, she's with a man and the man is holding everything down financially. He's funding everything. He's paying all the bills, um, paying for whatever to upkeep her life. At the same time, she's not a sluggard. She's not just laying back, chilling, or just blowing the man's money. She's actually doing something herself. She's not being idle. And remember that saying, an idle mind is the devil's playground. And a lot of people who is not doing anything productive and they just sitting there doing nothing at all, you know, that's when the enemy will come in and tempt you the most because you're being idle. You're not doing anything. So when you're idle, it's like you're just prone to do anything now because you're bored. And when a woman is bored, she tends to do whatever she wants to do, really. You know, call up some girlfriends or, you know, search other men on dating sites, whatever the case may be. She go places she's not supposed to go, do things she's not supposed to do because she's being idle. And a man who's actually doing all the work and his woman not doing anything, that man need to give her a task to do. She has to be busy. She have to be productive. You know, the man have to give that woman a purpose because when that woman feel like her only purpose is to just extract from that man and just fund her lifestyle and live however she wants to live, that woman will bring that man to ruins. She'll bring him down to ruins. And it's like a leech, someone who's just taking and taking and taking and not providing any kind of benefit to that other individual. A good woman will provide a benefit to that man. She has something to offer more than just sex, cooking, and cleaning. There's other factors that play in it. She have to basically be on that man's program, that man's vision, and help build that up. Not saying you're going to build a man up from scratch. Not saying that. But she understands what he's trying to do. She understands what he's trying to accomplish. And all she have to do is just be that moral support. Even if she have to do some research to help him get to the point where he needs to be. Because if she benefits him, she would also benefit in the long run as well. And she got to enjoy doing it. Can't feel like a chore or feel like, oh, I'm just building him up and it's not benefiting me. Trust and believe. If you have a good man, that man will appreciate it. That's something that it would not go unnoticed. It will not. Because it will show in your character, it will show in your actions that you do it with joy. You didn't do it with a motive. Because, fellas, listen to me. Some woman will get with a man and they will have a motive behind it. They will have a motive behind it. But if that woman's true intentions is because she sees value in you and she wants to be in the relationship for the long haul and she genuinely loves you, she genuinely respects you, that woman is a good woman because She sees the benefit in helping you. She doesn't have no secret agenda. She don't look at it as I'm gonna build with him to a certain point, and then after that I'm gonna get bored and then sue him for all he got, take half of what he has, whatever the case may be. That's why I say you gotta vet these women. You gotta vet them. You gotta get to really know who they are. Not so much what they say, but by their actions and what they do. And some of them may play the part for a good while, but there are certain things where women will actually tell on themselves. And sometimes we as men, we overlook certain things. Never overlook certain things where you had a gut feeling about something. You always bring it to the forefront and talk about it with that person. Talk about it with that woman. You know, you got to communicate. You got to communicate. And if you see any inkling of dishonesty or deceit, then you know you don't have a good woman. Let me continue. Where was I? She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. Her lamp does not go out at night. She puts her hands to the distaff, and her hands hold a spindle. She opens her hand to the poor and reaches out her hands to the needy. She's not afraid of snow for her household, and for all her household are clothed in scarlet. So you see, this woman is a very giving woman. She cares about others. You know, she cares about others' well-being. She gives to the needy. She does this. She does charity work. So if you see a woman very kind-hearted, she does for other people, you can see that woman is not just thinking about herself. She's thinking about others. So these are qualities that you got to look for in a woman as well. A woman who is very giving, a woman who's kind to others, speak well to others. You know, she's just always doing something that can benefit other people as well and not just looking out for her own interests. You understand what I'm saying? And verse 22, she makes bed coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. Why is her husband known in the gates? Because this woman is in the forefront and she gives her man a good name. There's nothing like having a good woman and she gives you a good name. Nobody can say anything bad about her. Nobody can say she did this, that, and the third. That's that disgraces the man, put his name to shame. All she does is charity work. She helps out her household. She does for her husband, her children. So when she does these things and people take notice, they're gonna be like, wow, that's so-and-so's wife. That's so-and-so's wife. She's given that man a good name. And therefore, that man is blessed. That man is blessed. And probably a lot of men out there, they envy him. They're like, man, whew, my God, that man has a wonderful woman. I wish I had a woman like that. You know, I'm pretty sure that's how it was like, you know. So anyway, continuing, it says she makes, verse 24, excuse me. She makes linen garments and sells them. She delivers sashes to the merchants. Strength and dignity are her clothing. And she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and teaching the kindness is on her tongue. You hear that? She teaches with wisdom. So a good woman is a wise woman. A good woman speaks blessings and she teaches other women. She teaches other women on how to conduct herself. She teaches other women on how to carry themselves, what to do. So she's not just keeping it to herself. She's also one that teaches others because she has a giving spirit. So a good woman has a giving spirit. She's not just thinking about me, 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 me. She's thinking about how she can also help others and bless others with that wisdom that she has. So a good woman is also a what? A wise woman. Um, she looks well to the ways of her household. So she also dressed the part. It's a woman who adorns herself. So she's not looking raggedy or anything like that. She dressed well. She's well kept, you know. So other people is going to admire her. They're going to admire her. And because the husband trusts in her, he doesn't have to worry about anything. Because what? She doesn't give him anything to worry about. Okay, and does not eat the bread of idleness. See, she's not idle. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. So a good woman, a husband will praise. If a husband don't have a good woman, there is nothing to praise. He's just very disheartened. He's like, what did I get myself into? He's just thinking like, man, oh man, this woman is stressful. I can't trust this woman. But a good woman, a man will trust her and he will also praise her because of her character, what she does, what she stands for, because she's a woman filled with wisdom. And it says right here, many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all. So there's women out there that does very well. But this type of woman is a rare woman, because she does it all. She does it all. Other women, they may have lacked something. They may have lacked something. So, I mean, if you're a woman listening to this right now and you feel like you're doing a lot, or you have this certain character in you where you feel like you're a good woman, you'll make a good wife, or whatever the case may be, you would always desire to be even better. You would have the desire to be even better, a better woman. Because you're going to think like, what can I do more for my husband to show him how much I appreciate him? To show him that love, to show him that I respect him, that I respect his authority, that I respect his direction, I respect his leadership. You know, that type of woman gonna always desire to be even better. And it says right here, charm is deceitful and beauty is vain. This is verse 30. But a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So you have women out there who will say, as I said earlier, flowery words, or they dress themselves up so beautiful that a man will just be attracted to the beauty. You know, initially men are definitely attracted to a woman who is beautiful and a woman who speaks very well. They say the right things that a man likes to hear. But in all, that is just vain. Character is what speaks for itself. Character is what speaks for itself. So if you're a woman who just feel like, oh, I'm just gonna look good externally and just speak these words to just to lure the man in, that would only work for a time being. But if your character, the inner you, is not beautiful, there are going to be complications later on. That relationship is not going to stand. It says, Verse 31, give her of the fruit of her hands and let her works praise her in the gates. So basically, it's what the woman does, the charity that she does, the intention that she has, that she means well, and she's always looking forward to doing things that pleases her husband, that she does good for her children, and she just does charity work because she have this genuine spirit and love for people, that she wants to really help people out. That is a good woman. That is a good woman. A woman with that's intentional about what she does, and she's not just looking out for self. So anyway, that is my message. So fellas, so you got to know and differentiate between what is a good woman and one who portrays themselves to be a good woman. So anyway, hope this video have definitely enlightened you in some way. And if you like this video, please click the like button, share this video with whomever you believe it will also benefit as well. All right, this is Pro-Verbs tuning out. Shalom. Peace, y'all.